Hello everyone, my name is Alex and today I'll be showing you how to create and deploy a serverless API with a database on AWS Lambda in less than 5 minutes. To do so, we are first going to make sure that you have your AWS command line interface installed and your AWS credentials set. You can see it on the AWS documentation portal. As you can see here, it's installing the AWS command line interface. It's docs.amazon.aws.amazon.com, where you can see in installing that you need to have a Python install and how to install AWS CLI, the command line interface. Also, after that, you will be required to set up your configuration, AWS CLI keys, to be able to use your AWS resources from your terminal. And then you also need to check if you have Node.js installed. You can download Node.js from nodejs.org site. I'm just going to be quick about this now, so you can just click, depending on your operating system, which one you want. It will also install npm. After you've done so, you should also check. You should now go to your terminal, and check and first install Claudia.js. You can do it by writing sudo npm install Claudia -g Claudia.js. Claudia, we've done. Now that you installed Claudia by invoking this command, sudo npm install -g Claudia, you should do the same with create-serverless. Create-serverless is a small library along with Claudia that relies on Claudia to actually create a small over boilerplates, or let's say setups for your serverless applications on AWS Lambda. So we did those two. The next step would be to actually create your to go into your project root, or if you want, you can create your own folder. But we're going to do like in our projects root here, and you can just invoke create serverless, and you say API, because you want to create a serverless API. With which actions? You want to create actions like with CRUD actions: create, read, update, delete, and based on which endpoints. So we're going to say endpoints are going to be exams. We can say professors. We can say, yeah, let's do actually professors. So endpoints professors, because in the previous one we did students. So we can say endpoints professors or exams or whatever your endpoints want to be. So it's going to be /professors, post/professors to create a professor, get professors to get the list of professors, and so on. So after you've done that, you want to set up your database. So you're going to say DynamoDB --DynamoDB, and you also want to set, for example, the region in which you want this to be deployed. We can say US East or EU Central one, and then you define the folder name. So you say folder in case you're in your project's root. So where is the folder containing all your projects? So we can say, for example, here professors service or professors API. Let's do it like that, professors API, and you press enter. So it's generating. So now you enter your professors API. When you open it, you'll see that inside of the folder you have your root API filings.js, you have package.json, and a folder policies. If we opened up our index.js, so if you do, for example, vim index.js, open it with vim, you can see that everything has been set up here. So even your Cloud API Builder module, you have a post method to create professors. The professor's ID has been generated with UID module. Professor's name is a parameter that needs to be sent. We have retrieving the list of professors, retrieving a single professor, updating a single professor's name, show off. And we also have API.delete, so it means we are deleting a single professor. So basically you have everything. Then you also have policies. Policies is a folder which contains the policies required for your database. The database name is going to be also professors here. This is the current version of create-serverless, so it's going to create based on the endpoint's name. So if you open the policies, these policies are related to your AWS Lambda function. So which permissions does it have in your database? So can it create elements and stuff like that? So let's see, if you do cat policies, you can see that your Lambda has permissions to delete an item, get an item, put, update, scan. So basically we are going now back, and now let's see our package.json. Package.json is defining dependencies of your project, is defining your project as an npm module. So you can have here like you have here the name of your API, which you defined in the as the folder name, as you can see. So it's professors API. It also puts npm command like create and deploy. Create is to initially create your AWS Lambda function container on AWS, and it also to deploy it. As you can see here, it's passing in which region, which we specified in the initial create-serverless command. You can change it as well also, and it specifies which is the root, which is the starting API file of your project. And it also sets policies, which are the policies of which we previously have seen. It also says dependencies. So yes, we are now going to exit, and now we can just do npm run create. So because we want to initially to create our API. So yeah, since we are still in projects, actually we left our professor's API. Let's go back. We just do npm run create, and while it's doing it, I'm going to explain to you what this Claudia create is doing. So it's first going to package your files, then it's going to validate them if there is possibly a typo or something like that, and then it's going to zip them. Then it's going to deploy them to AWS, but beforehand it's going to create an AWS Lambda function container, and it's going to deploy this small API, your small API to that function container, and also create an API gateway, which is going to define the routes which you defined in your previously, as you've seen here in your index.js. It's going to create the endpoints as post professors, get professor by ID, delete a professor by ID, update a professor by ID. Yeah, as you can see now, it has shown it has returned that the final URL. You can see here API, its ID, module, and URL based on where you can actually invoke. So it's actually created our whole API with the database, which the database that we defined, which is professors. So you can also open up this link. You go to Chrome, and in Chrome you can just type here /professors, and this should actually return an empty array, as you can see here. It means there is nothing in the professors table. Just to check, in case, I just want you to be sure that this has been created. If you go here to DynamoDB console, which you can see right now on screen, you can like right now you can just say professors, and you can see here that we have a table name with a partition, with a primary key, actually in this case partition key, but it's a primary key in DynamoDB with professor's ID defined. So as you can see, everything's been created. Now let's just test our code, just to test our API. And as you can see, first let's copy the one API that we had before. We're gonna copy here. Yes, we want to do a post method. So this is our API. We want to create a single professor. You can go to body. I prefer a raw one because I want to test this as a JSON. So we can just create an object. We can define it here, and we're gonna write here professor's name, and you can end here just say test professor, and you can just try to send. So as you can see here, we got a 201 status that has been created. If we did just now a get professors from the list, you will get your professor's ID. So that's it. We have created our API in literally like 10 minutes. And you can see I have also along the time explained to you how everything works. You can update this professor. You can update this professor by just copying this, for example, ID here and passing it here and doing a put, and then in the body just saying test professor 1. If you click this, you would see that it says okay. It changed test professor 1 again. If we deleted if we change this route to just get professors, you would see that it changed the professor's name. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you liked this. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, you don't forget to take a look at my book Serverless Apps with Node.js and Claudia, which is in the description, and also be sure to have a look at site claudia.js.com. And if you want, also my Twitch streams, where I'm streaming regularly under the nickname Simlexon. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.